hope you enjoyed reading this blog post. This concept, like many of the concepts and philosophies that I share, are areas in our lives that we need to address. The 6 words that I discussed, where you don't have enough time for whatever that is in your life, is something that is just unacceptable. Because what often follows that sentence is time for our children, our families, exercise, eating healthy, reading, whatever it might be. The one consistency, and I want everybody to understand this, is that in our lives, we are all born with the exact same amount of time in each day. 86,400 seconds. We may be born into different circumstances when it comes to financially, or with love, or support, or a foundation, but ultimately, the one commonality that we all share are the number of seconds that we have in each day. Therefore, how are you spending your seconds? I talk about the concept of creating a list where there's your wishes and your priorities. This is critical because what this is going to enable you to realize is how you're spending your time. There are certain areas of your life that need to fall within the priority category, and as a result, they need to be accomplished. But ultimately, if one of your wishes is to live a healthy life where you exercise 2 or 3 times a week, then in turn, figure out a way to take that wish and bring it over to the priority category. That might mean hiring a babysitter for those days, for an hour each day, or whatever it might be, because your personal well-being is of utmost importance. When you begin to live a congruent lifestyle, when it comes to the food you put in your body, the amount of exercise that you get, the personal development work that you decide to pursue, then in turn, you will raise your children that same exact way. Remember that cycle, I always talk about it. You will hand them a cycle of health and wellness. But in order for that to happen, you need to take that wish and make it a priority. This is not a concept for the faint of heart. It's going to take time, effort, and energy in order for it to manifest, because there's a good chance that you've been living your life in the way that you currently are for quite some time. But ultimately, if you make the commitment to yourself, you work with the people in your world, then in turn, you will create a life that may never have existed before. But it all starts with knowing where you're at. And that's the intent behind the wish and priority list. It's finding that baseline, finding that starting point, so then in turn, you can figure out what you want your life to look like. So take some time this weekend and truly take that introspective journey that I always talk about and determine what you wish and what you have as a priority. And then begin to take that wish list and turn them into priorities so that you can begin to live the life that you've always deserved. Have an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I look forward to connecting next week.